My name's Jess. I'm the shop manager at Oxfam Boutique, Westbourne Grove. I've been here 18 months now. I am so passionate about Oxfam, as cheesy as it sounds. It's actually become part of the family. My grandma was a volunteer, my mum was a volunteer, she's also a shop manager, and it's just been a huge part of our lives for a few years now, and every penny is used so well that I know the harder we work here, then the better, the more it goes to. Yeah, we spend a lot of the money, so we use very wisely towards emergency response, aid in emergencies such as the Syria appeal, developmental work, helping people help themselves really, rather just throwing money at people, kind of helping them build change for the future as well, yeah. Every day is different, it varies so much. We get, yesterday we had an Yves Saint Laurent 100% cashmere coat, and it's kind of these star pieces that are just incredible that you think, why are people getting rid of it? But we make as much as we can from everything that we get. But every day something new happens. We have different customers, all different volunteers, and every day something new. It's a variety.
Have you been on what I call the mission field?
I've not, unfortunately, no. I would love to. Oxfam has a lot of opportunities for these sorts of things, but as I've only been here 18 months, I really wanted to get stuck in before leaving all the volunteers and going and seeing where the money's spent. But there's definitely a lot of opportunities for that, and I would definitely love to in the future. Yeah, it really varies with men's. Often we find, because men's fashion's not quite as seasonal, they tend to wear things right until they're falling apart. But we do have a lot of generous donors who give things. We've got a Paul Smith man's coat, which is gorgeous. So the few good things that we get that are saleable tend to be really good quality. Instantly, I can remember last winter, we tend to get these one-off, like, amazing winter coats. The Yves Saint Laurent one was that we sold this week. The other was an Alexander McQueen quilted coat, women's, yeah, the volunteers remember it too. And it had this huge collar and kind of flared out at the back, women's, black quilted. It was incredible. It was incredible.
Yeah, how much?
We got, probably would have been about £2,500–3,000 new, and we sold it for £350. Also we had a Bottega Veneta, brand new, gorgeous leather bag, perfect condition, that had been about £3,500 new, and we got again £300–350 for that.
I love the layout. Are you responsible for that?
Yeah, we try and mix it up, switch things around as often as possible, but mainly the merchandising and the layout is myself or a couple of volunteers that help with that sort of thing.
I mean, it's a beautiful shop. In fact, it's one of the most beautiful charity shops I've been in for a long time, and I've travelled a lot.
Thanks.
Why is that so important for a charity to, to respect, even though the clothing is not new? Yeah,
I think in the last few years especially being a boutique, we've really had to step up our game as far as visual merchandising, window displays. It's so important to the feel that you get when you come into the shop. If things are just thrown in a box and you've got to rifle through, sometimes that works, but it's, presentation is really key, and so we try and sell the very best, good quality. We get a lot of things brand new, still with labels on, so it's worth putting in that extra effort to make things nice and pleasing, aesthetically pleasing for people. Well, when we get new volunteers, you'll always get an induction and training. I train each new volunteer, so if they're on the till, on the shop floor, customer service, there will always be in-depth training, and the same with getting to know the brands, the pricing, the quality, so there's quite a lot of training involved, but it's never too intense. These people are giving their time for free, so it's not like you must learn this. It's just, you get to know what we sell. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've got some volunteers that do 1 hour a day, 1 day a week, or some other volunteers that have been here 25 years.
We want to make sure it's on. Can you introduce Joyce?
can. What about our wonderful volunteers? She's been with us many years with Oxfam for a lot of years. One of our star volunteers.
Joyce, how long have you been volunteering?
Well, I think it's from 74, and I think from 74.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, but not this shop, of course.
Right.
From wherever I've lived.
Yeah. Always
But
local.
Oxfam started in 1942 when the Germans invaded Greece, and they took everything from the civilian population. And a clergyman in Oxford put a vase in his front window of his house, the vicarage I suppose, and put a notice saying, "For the people of Greece." So it started with one vase. But I am leaving very soon because we're moving, and I don't think I shall get taken on anywhere else. But I do notice on the application form it just says, "Just say if you're over 60."
Yeah.
It doesn't give actually, but
there's
I
no
wouldn't,
maximum age to volunteer.
We did have a volunteer who worked on the till in this shop till she was 92.
I had that.
What's some of your highlights, Joyce, through the 25 years, apart from you?
Oxfam Chelsea were given 2 pairs of matching Jimmy Choo evening shoes, and they didn't know how to price them, so the area manager said, "Put 130 on each pair and send 1 pair to Westbourne Grove." So we put them up at 130, and somebody came along and altered the 1 into the pound sign. See, they appeared to be sold for 30. So there was quite a young girl, new girl on the till, and she had never heard of Jimmy Choo. But she sold them for 30, and there was nothing we could do about it. But, only half an hour later, the customer came back and said, "Look what you've sold me. Look at these shoes." So we all looked at them. Didn't seem to be anything wrong with them. But it was when she held them up, we saw that Chelsea had sent us 2 right feet and kept 2 left feet. So we gave her £30 back, and then we put them up again for 150, which we got.
With the right thing.
God's favour.
Yeah, exactly.
Joyce, what can I say? You are an incredible inspiration, and I know Oxfam are going to have a great send-off for you. Definitely. And keep me in the loop, because we'll bring all the press
I'm not
in.
going to say goodbye, because I shall keep popping in.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
Goodbye. Ta-ta.